In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions.
Well, I remember being 6 and wanting to be a paleontologist pretty bad.
Really?
Oh yeah. No,
did you know how to say that at 6?
I did.
Wow.
One of my first books that I owned was it was about this big of a book on all the different dinosaurs. And I still remember some like the Minmi or the Diplodocus, like these weird, obscure dinosaurs that people don't know about.
This is Brandon, and we're at a little diner here in Massachusetts, and he's agreed to answer the 3 dream questions. Are you ready, Brandon?
Yes, I am.
Okay, the first question is, what are your hopes and your dreams?
Well, hopes and dreams are constantly migrating over time. They start at one place where it has to do with personal perfection, and after thinking about this for a little while now, I think my true answer would be the fact that I need to, in my mind, I need to feel satisfied in a certain way. And I think the most optimal way to do that, at least in our capitalist American society, is to become kind of an expert in his particular field where my skills cannot be replaced by anyone else. So it's basically finding your niche, something you're passionate about, and achieving a way that gives you success, not necessarily financially, but in a way that gives you personal fulfillment.
Okay, so your dream then is to be of value and to find a place where you're finding fulfillment, whether it's professionally or...
Well, let me take a step back on that, because yes, it's finding fulfillment professionally, but until recently when I found a woman that I loved, there's now an element of, I'm a very linear person in the sense that a logical thinker, where this means this, this means this, this means this, and finding love has opened up a side of myself that is more appreciative of things like art and nature.
Gotcha.
So the kind of a single side of me says I need to succeed in a professional setting, but there's this new side of me I'm still discovering that it's more happiness, I guess, end of the day.
Okay. And so if you're looking, is there anything, do you go any bigger than that as your own personal thing? Do you have something like, I don't know, your family? I don't know about your family or anything, your brothers and sisters, siblings, or anything like that, or the community or the country? Or?
One of the great things that's good about modern technology is it allows me the opportunity to not be with my family directly, but still keep in contact with them. So they live in North Dakota, I'm in Massachusetts, but because of things like Skype, I can constantly have a conversation with them and still be an important part of their life growing up. Mm-hmm. Of course, I wish I could be, our dreams could be co-aligned where we were both in the same location, but like I said, technology gives us the opportunity for me to kind of go away while still staying connected with them.
In many ways, being so far away, we're actually closer than we are sometimes people that live across the street from us.
Absolutely, we have to talk a lot more cadence instead of just like seeing each other occasionally on the street.
So, do you remember your dreams when you were a child?
Well, I remember being 6 and wanting to be a paleontologist pretty bad.
Really?
Oh yeah. No,
did you know how to say that at 6?
I did.
Wow.
One of my first books that I owned was it was about this big of a book on all the different dinosaurs. And I still remember some like the Minmi or the Diplodocus, like these weird, obscure dinosaurs that people don't know about. And that's like what I truly wanted to do. Again, I think it had something to do with just knowing something in a niche that not everyone knew. Dinosaurs are cool. So.
Oh, cool. And but that changed? Do you have some other things that you went through?
So when you say childhood, what
it can be from 5 years old to 15 or 20 or whatever.
Okay, so when I was 15, I think I was kind of a hopeless romantic, especially around like middle school, high school age, when you start getting those hormones going. I think at that point I was just like, I just want to find some love. But I think as things may have changed.
I think some other people that are watching this will identify with what you're saying.
Oh, well, of course. And then as time, like you find fulfillment in other ways. And full circle, I guess I'm coming back to more of myself when I was 15 years old.
Yeah. Good. They say if you get tired of the way you are now, wait 10 years, you'll be just about the opposite.
That's what I hear.
Things will change. So if you were going to go back and talk to your 13-year-old self, and you were going to say something that you'd want him to know, what might you say?
I would probably start off by saying, hey, you should be a little more interested in your schoolwork and not just go through the motions. School came pretty natural to me, so I didn't put any effort into it, and it kind of screwed me over in my first couple years of college, of course. Outside of that, I don't know, I was pretty smart at 13 years old.
You did okay.
I did okay. I think I would be...
What would you say to 13-year-olds now? If you could go back and, if you could just say to them right now, if you had a group of 13-year-olds.
So actually you can experience this firsthand because my brother is 15, 14 years old, so he's right around that threshold. And I think what I would tell him more than anything is don't necessarily care what I kind of deem Instagram culture. Like, you don't need to act cool. You don't need to just do whatever makes you happy, and who cares if anyone else judges.
What I'm hearing is don't pay so much attention to what other people might think. Is that what I'm hearing? And
it sounds generic, but
find yourself.
Yeah, it sounds generic, but pretty.
If other people say it,
oh, of course,
doesn't mean that it's not important.
No, I recognize that. I try to have a little more nuance in my.
Yeah, but that's okay.
When it comes back to it, I guess we're all humans build on that sound foundation.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else?
To tell my.
Has anything come to mind as we've been talking?
Yeah, what I want to say about 13-year-old me was, so I grew up in, again, North Dakota, very like white area. It took me a long time to kind of understand outside of the bubble, and I'm not necessarily talking race, but like that culture. So we're all product of where we came from. So a city person grows up in a different way than a rural person grows up. And I think it took me a long time to understand that how people are now are dictated from the way they grew up, and don't blame them for the way they are now just because they're put in a rough situation.
So you're saying we shouldn't be as judgmental as we are sometimes.
I guess that's exactly what I'm saying.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Bless you.
Thank you.